Ani Baju, Mi'kmaq Nadijnakas, Maingan Nadodam, Bawating, and Danjaba. My name is Austin Lowe's and I serve as the chairman of the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians. Yesterday was a dark day for tribal nations across Michigan. It was a dark day for the Great Lakes, the environment, and all those who hold a special place in their hearts for the Straits of Mackinac. Oaths have been broken, tribal sovereignty ignored, and the federal government's Indian Trust responsibility completely disregarded. The United States Army Corps of Engineers has approved a key permit that Enbridge needs to construct a tunnel beneath the Straits of Mackinac, a tunnel that threatens to unearth and violate the bodies and the spirits of our ancestors who have been at rest since long before colonization. And all this betrayal for what? The benefit of a Canadian mega corporation worth billions of dollars under the guise of a national emergency? Thankfully, construction cannot begin at this time. The Michigan Supreme Court recently vacated permits issued by the Michigan Public Service Commission. Enbridge must reapply and go through that permitting process again. So despite the Corps' decision, this project has by no means been given the green light to begin construction. Enbridge also has a long history of broken promises and spilling millions of gallons of oil. Let us not forget the disasters near Kalamazoo, Michigan, and Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Two of the largest inland oil spills in United States history occurred under Enbridge's supervision, spilling nearly 2 million gallons of oil combined. Is this the fate that awaits Line 5 and the Great Lakes Tunnel Project? We can only pray to the Creator that it is not. The Straits of Mackinac have been sacred since time immemorial. Anishinaabe people see the Straits as multidimensional. It is home to both the physical and the superphysical. The two are interwoven as one. We cannot have one without the other, and it has been this way since creation. Our stories tell of Mackinac Island being the first land to appear after the Great Flood receded. And as far back as we can trace our oral histories, the Straits have held significant cultural meaning to the Anishinaabe people. For centuries, the area was a hub of trading networks and a place for ceremony. The water, plant and animal life, spirits, and our ancestors and their belongings buried there are not simply resources to be disposed of to fulfill a government permit. We must care for our ancestors and protect the Straits. This is an integral way of our life. If Enbridge begins boring a 4-mile-long tunnel beneath the Straits of Mackinac, it will disturb and uproot venerated areas. For us, those are the bones and spirits of our grandparents, our leaders, and our warriors. For Enbridge, it might just be another load of earth moved during the construction season, but for us, it is our ancestors. And when people visit Lake Michigan during the summer, if construction is ever underway, and they hear the constant hum and feel the vibration of industrial equipment for months on end, we will know what lies beneath it, and that is our ancestors. The Straits and all the Great Lakes should never have been threatened by Line 5 to begin with. The irreversible harm that could be caused to the Straits of Mackinac and the physical, mental, and spiritual burden that tribal communities would bear while recovering our resting relatives cannot be dismissed as another cost of construction. We do not trust Enbridge, and we are deeply disappointed by the Corps' decision to grant Enbridge the permit needed to take the next steps towards construction. That disappointment is made even greater by the process that has brought us here. On Monday, following short notice, the Sault Tribe was granted 1 hour of virtual consultation with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Our subject matter experts voiced concerns about the tunnel, the permitting process, treaty rights, our ancestors, and the cultural and environmental consequences of this project. But following that consultation, we were given just 24 hours to submit written comments. But we made our position clear. There should not be an oil pipeline underneath the Straits of Mackinac. We know the coming years may be difficult for everyone who values the Great Lakes, but we are not done fighting. In fact, if there is a silver lining throughout this process, it is that Michigan's 12 federally recognized tribes have never been more unified on this issue. Just this Tuesday, leaders and representatives from all 12 tribes assembled at Bay Mills to discuss our shared concerns and strategies for responding if the Corps issued Enbridge's permit. On Wednesday, we received that answer, and we cannot overstate how short-sighted we believe this decision is. In 1836, our ancestors signed the Treaty of Washington. That treaty is federal law. The record, including the Corps' own findings, shows that construction and operation of Enbridge's tunnel would diminish treaty-protected fishing, access, cultural practices, ceremonies, ancestral relationships, and the resources and conditions that make those rights meaningful. Consultation does not mean consent. Our tribal rights are not expendable. The United States made a promise in 1836. The Army Corps had an opportunity and a responsibility to uphold that promise. With this decision, the Corps has failed to honor its treaty obligations. But this decision is not the end. The Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians will continue to stand with our fellow sister tribes. We will continue to protect our treaty rights, we will continue to protect our ancestors, and we will continue to defend the Straits of Mackinac and the Great Lakes for the generations yet to come. Miigwech.